Farmers' protests are currently ongoing across the country, and among their demands is one which has remained constant since 2010's implementation of the Swaminathan Committee report. Let's go into detail about Swaminathan Committee report. The late MS Swaminathan, a renowned agriculturist and the father of Green Revolution, who was recently conferred the Bharat Ratna, chaired the National Commission on Farmers. The NCF had submitted a total of 5 reports between December 2004 and 2006. Based on the draft NPF, the government had approved the National Policy for Farmers 2007 with an aim to improve the economic viability of farming and increase the net income of farmers. Key recommendations of the Swaminathan Committee. The NCF had recommended that the MSP should be at least 50% more than the weighted average cost of production. This was also known as C2 plus 50% formula, which includes the input cost of capital and the rent on the land to give farmers 50% of the returns. Before that, what is MSP and how is it calculated? Minimum support price is the lowest rate at which government procurement agencies buy crops from farmers. It shields farmers from market fluctuations, offering stability and income security. MSP is crucial for ensuring fair prices for farmers and is determined by the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, considering factors like production cost, market trends, and demand supply dynamics. After the CACP submits its recommendations, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by the Prime Minister of India, makes the final decision on MSP levels. The minimum support price is calculated by considering both the explicit and implicit cost incurred by farmers. Explicit costs cover expenses like chemicals, fertilizers, seeds, and hired labor, while implicit costs include factors such as family labor and rent. These variables are represented by A2, FL, and C2. A2 refers to the expenses for inputs like chemicals, fertilizers, seeds, and hired labor for crop growth, production, and maintenance. A2 plus FL cost includes both actual costs incurred by farmers as well as implicit costs such as the value of family labor. C2 incorporates A2 plus FL along with fixed capital assets and rent paid by farmers. The CACP calculates the return for farmers based only on the A2 plus FL cost. Currently, the minimum support price is set at 50% above the A2 plus FL cost. Heading back to other findings and recommendations. One of the key findings of the panel was that agrarian prices arising from incomplete land reforms, quantity and quality of water, tech fatigue was leading to farmers' suicides. In addition, adverse meteorological factors were a problem too. To this extent, the NCF had called for adding agriculture in the concurrent list of the country's constitution. The Commission also dealt with the problems around farmers and land reforms. The panel suggested that diversion of prime agricultural land and forest to corporate sector for non-agricultural purposes should not be allowed. It also recommended setting up of a mechanism which would help regulate the sale of agricultural land based on a few conditions. On the irrigation front, the Commission called for reforms which would help farmers have sustained and equitable access to water. It further recommended increasing investment in the irrigation sector under the now defunct 5-year plan. To enhance the productivity in India's agriculture sector, the NCF recommended increasing investment in agriculture-related infrastructure. It also suggested promoting conservation farming. This would help farmers conserve and improve soil health, among other benefits. Improved credit availability for the farmers is an issue the Commission touched upon. Among the multiple suggestions, it recommended reduction in the rate of crop loans to 4% simple with government support. It further suggested issuing Kisan credit cards to female farmers. On the insurance front, the NCF recommended the creation of a Rural Insurance Development Fund, which would help fund the development work for spreading the rural insurance.